If you are building your business online, whether you're selling a product or a service, there is nothing more powerful than a before and after story to demonstrate how awesome your product is. Now, whether you're a coach, you're a solopreneur, or even an up-and-coming affiliate, when someone purchases your product or service, what you're actually selling is a transformation. Now, how cool would it be is instead of telling them what you could do for them, if you could actually show them visually what you can do for them and why working with you is a total no-brainer. Well, if that is something that you would like to learn how to do, in this video, I am going to show you how you can use a fun and simple code-free widget that you can install on your website that not only will silently do a lot of the telling and selling for you, but it will help your prospects see why they should work with you over anyone else. Hey there, this is Barbie Figueroa with RiseWithBarbie.com. Without further ado, let's dive into the content because I want to show you this super cool widget that you can add to your website right now that will visually show your potential client or prospect the transformation that your product offers them. So let's jump in. All right, guys and gals. Now I am totally obsessed, not just with the widget that I'm about to share with you in this video, but with this website in general. This is Elfsight, and Elfsight has hundreds of different widgets that are absolutely code-free that all you have to do is configure them, and you can add them to any website that allows you to install either HTML or JavaScript so that you can add more functionality into your website without having to code everything from scratch. So if you want to check out Elfsight and all the cool features that they have, you can visit their website, or I'll also have a link for you inside of the description so that you can check them out. Now, I really love this particular widget. So what I'm going to do is let's go to the widgets over here. And we're going to look for the before and after widget. So we're going to click on see all widgets, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put the before and after. Okay. So right here is a before and after slider, and it's super duper cool. And at the end of the video, I'm going to show you how I'm actually using this inside of one of my sales pages to show the transformation that my students will achieve after they go through my training. So if you click on before and after slider, look at this. First of all, this adorable little Yorkie. Isn't he super duper cute? Okay, so what the before and after slider does is it shows the before and after, which is basically a transformation. And if you're selling a course, if you're selling a product, if you're selling skincare, any of those things, then obviously you have a before and after story. So this is just a super cool way to paint the picture of that transformation in a visual way. So let me go ahead and show you some of the use cases that they have on their website for using this before and after slider. Okay, so let's go over here. And I'm going to move myself over here real quick. All right, look how cute this is. So they have different styles to choose from. So they have the simple comparison. They've got a retouch slider. They've got a list of works, and then they have the product comparison. Now, what I want you to do as you're watching this video is think of creative ways that you could use the transformation of your product visually. So if you're selling skincare, maybe you can add like a before of like really rugged skin. And then after using your product, after using the cream that you sell or whatever it is that you sell, then you have the smooth skin. Or maybe you're selling supplements, and those supplements help you have clearer skin. And so you put the before and the after of what the person would look like after they take the supplement. Or if you're a web designer, you can put the before picture of a website project that you did, and then the after when you were completed with the project. Weight loss is perfect. So if you are a coach, a fitness trainer, you can do the before of your client before they went through your training program, and then their after they went through your training program. There's just so many creative ways to use this. So let's go ahead and show you. So this example here on the website is for a dog groomer, and it's just so adorable, right? So you so you go and you move the slide, and you can see here is the before. And here's the after, and then you see the comparison visually before and after. How cute is that? And then you have this retouch slider. So this example is perfect for someone who does photography. Maybe you're selling, like I said, a skincare product. Maybe you're selling tanning lotion. Maybe you're selling makeup. You can do a before and after using this slider. Then they have the list of works, and this is great if you're doing construction. Maybe you're doing a DIY project. Maybe you're a web designer or a freelancer and you're building a website for someone who's in construction. Then you can display your clients before and after with the works slider. So the way this slider works is you pull the arrow this way, and it shows the before and after. And then we have the stairs here, before and after. And we have this one. Obviously, you can use these for all the other applications. It just depends on how you want to present the slider. If you want it to be side by side, if you want it to be more vertical, it just depends on how you want to display it on the website. This is a really cool one too. This is the one that I use on my website. So you've got the before and after comparison of two popular sneaker models. So I use this slider on my website. So let me go ahead and show you how I use it on my website, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about how easy it is to generate the code. And then all you have to do is get your web person, or you can even do it yourself, to install the slider on a website. All right, so this is how I decided to use the slider on one of my sales pages that is talking about color branding and how important it is to have a cohesive look in your brand. That way, your website, your social media, your ebook covers, everything looks cohesive, because when I've been working with students or clients that come to me, a lot of them feel like they're not credible, like they feel like a disjointed mess because they don't have any idea of how to package themselves and brand themselves. And so what I do is I help you establish a color palette from the get-go, so that when you are going out there, and whether you're using the slider, because the slider also has a way to select your brand colors for your projects, or you're creating an ebook, or you're building a website or a funnel, or any type of advertising, business cards, etc., that you have a foundational color palette that'll help you create a cohesive brand all across the board. So that's what color branding for beginners is about. And so what I wanted to do with the slider is to show how most people are feeling like a disjointed mess because they don't have like that design aesthetic, or they don't realize that they need this color brand to keep them cohesive. And then I show the before and the after. So here's the before, and this is where most students come to me if they're trying to sell digital products, brand themselves, build an online business, and they're like all over the place. Like their website looks like one thing, and their ebook looks like another thing, and their Instagram looks like another thing, and then their funnel looks like another thing, and it's all like this discombobulated, disjointed mess, and nothing looks like it matches together. But with a color palette that brings everything together, you can create a cohesive look across all your social media. And what this does is that it helps boost your confidence to put yourself out there. So what I wanted to do was to show the before and after of how applying my color branding for beginners course would help you do this for your online presence. So here's the before, a disjointed, jumbled mess with no rhyme or reason, to a cohesive, confident color brand that makes you feel excited to be seen. And as you can see, I am using the slider. It has the colors of my brand, so you can change the colors of your brand inside of the widget. All right, so that is the way that I am using this. So can you think of any cool ways that you can use this widget in your business? If you can, leave them in the comment section right below. I would love to hear how you're planning to use this widget. All right, so let's go back into Elfsight so you can see the back end of how this widget works. All right, so here we are inside my account, and I have a bunch of these widgets that I use inside of my business. So I'm going to go and click on edit so that you can see how I created this. So basically, here is the slider. And what you'll do is you'll come into here and you can select your before image, and then select the after image, and then you can write a little caption right underneath. If I wanted to, I could put before color branding for beginners, and I could put after color branding for beginners. Now, I didn't want to use it because, as you can see, the labels kind of disappear. And so I didn't feel like it was going to work right for what I was trying to do. So I just took the labels out. And I just kept the little caption underneath, okay? So then what you need to do is you can choose your layouts. I chose the carousel layout. So in the settings is where you get to choose how the widget behaves. And over here is the divider, and you can choose a location of the divider. So you can put it in the middle, or you can put it more to the right. And then you can also control the size of the divider. Now, here is where you choose the style. Now, over here, you have you can put a transparent style, which is what I did, or you can put a color background if you want to. I don't want to do that because I want to be able to put this slider on any color background. So if you want to add color, you can do that. You can even add an image to the back of it. But for me, I wanted to have it transparent so that I can put it on my website. So over here is where you can color the labels, which is why it's super duper important to have your color brand, because that way you have a cohesiveness all across the board. So by the way, if you want to learn more about color branding for beginners, I'll have a link for you in the description box right below this video as well. And that'll help you establish your color palette in a really simple and fun way so that you can now create your ebooks, your websites, your funnels, and all the graphics that you need to create for your digital business with one cohesive color palette that makes you feel like you hired a pro. All right, so you can choose whatever color you want for the labels, which those labels are what I typed in before, the before and after label. And then you can come here and you can change the color of the caption. So right here, you see that is this kind of like maroon color. All right, and you can change the font size as well. And then you can change the controls. Okay, so if the one that you choose has little arrows, then you can change the colors of those arrows. So it gives you quite a bit of customization ability. That way, when you insert the slider on your website, it matches with your color brand. Now, if you click over here, you can rename the widget. And then when we're done, all we have to do is click on publish, and it's going to take you to a window where it's going to give you different options on how you can insert this widget on a website or wherever you choose. So right over here, it gives you the code, and all you have to do is copy the code. You didn't have to write the code. It already generates it for you. So then all you have to do is decide where you want to put it. Now, here are all the platforms that it integrates with, but as long as the platform that you're using accepts either HTML code or JavaScript, all you have to do is copy the code and it'll work in the platform of your choice. Now, if you really get stuck and you want to have someone install it for you on your website, you can also contact Elfsight and send them a message, and they'll get someone to help you install the code inside of your website. Now, this is just one of the many cool code-free widgets that Elfsight has to offer. Some of my favorites are the contact form, the YouTube gallery, and the countdown timer. So if you want to check out all of the awesome code-free widgets that Elfsight has to offer to help you sell your products and services from your website, then I'll have a link for you right in the description box right below this video. Now, did you think that this widget was cool? Did you think of any creative ways that you can start using it for yourself or your clients? I'd love to hear your feedback in the comment section right below. So hopefully this video helped you. If it did, let me know. And with that being said, this has been Barbie Figueroa with RiseWithBarbie.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on another video. Bye for now.